Hey y'all, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of Secrets from Aphrodite's Box. Today we are talking about uncircumcised penis. Okay. This is something that I've spoke to quite a few of like my homegirls and stuff about. Um, and a lot of the women that I've talked to don't really care for an uncircumcised penis. Um, Simply because I don't think they really like for how it looks. It looks a little strange to them. Me personally, because I love penis and I don't discriminate. Um, it really doesn't matter to me. Um, I I don't see anything wrong with them. The only difference in an uncircumcised penis and a circumcised penis is the way that it looks, that extra foreskin. They perform the same way, they work the same way, they don't do anything different. Only thing that's different is that extra foreskin. So, ladies, do not judge a man because of that extra foreskin. Okay, it just looks different. That's the only thing. Um, if they are uncircumcised, it's probably it's because of their parents. Like their parents didn't take them to get circumcised, and that may have been because of a religious reason, or because their parents just didn't feel like it was something that was necessary as a baby. They didn't see a reason to have it done, which everybody doesn't. People have their own reasons why they don't get it done. So it's not something you need to hold against, your partner or whoever you're sleeping with if they're not circumcised. It's not their fault. Um, and a man, they can get circumcised as an adult. It's just normally for a medical reason that they have to get circumcised. Um, you can get it done for cosmetic reasons, but you have to find a doctor that's going to do it for just cosmetic reasons. But normally, if it's done, it's for a medical reason when it is done. The healing process when it's done as an adult is longer and it's more painful when they're adults and they're trying to get a circumcision done. So just leave it alone. Don't even worry with trying to get it done unless you have some medical problems going on. Other than that, just leave that uncircumcised penis alone. It doesn't, if it's still shooting out what it needs to shoot out and it's still getting hard, leave that sucker alone. Ladies, don't go around judging men because they have that extra foreskin there. Okay? One thing I will say to my men, if there are men out here watching it and you are uncircumcised, you have to make sure that you are keeping it clean underneath that foreskin because it can start to smell. I've been with some people before it was one person that was uncircumcised, didn't smell too good. Just like you don't want to be with a woman that has a smelly vagina, we don't want to be with a guy with a smelly penis. So when you're in the shower, don't just bathe on the outside. You have to pull that turtleneck back and you gotta clean underneath that foreskin. Okay? Because you urinate and you sweat, bacteria, all that stuff can hover underneath that foreskin. It can start to smell. And if you're having unprotected sex with women and you do have any bacteria built up in there, that will throw her pH all the way off. All the way off. And I'm trying to make sure my ladies keep their pH in check so that they don't have a smelly vagina. So don't go around throwing off my ladies' pH. So you make sure you keep your shit in check because my ladies gonna have their shit in check because I'm making sure that they get their pH checked. Something that you want to keep in mind too, ladies, when you are going down on a guy that's uncircumcised, you want to kind of give him control over like if that foreskin is to stay up. So by that I mean, so it's kind of been like theory over if men that are uncircumcised have like a very sensitive penis head because that head is not normally exposed, so it becomes very sensitive. But it's supposed to be, from what I've read and done my research on, that it's kind of just in theory. Like, they really don't know if that's why it's so sensitive. But from the men that I've been with that are uncircumcised, I know that because when you go to give a man head that's uncircumcised, the first thing you think about is pulling that foreskin back to expose the head to give him head. And the men that I've been with, they want to pull the foreskin back up because that head is probably very sensitive, and it becomes uncomfortable if it's very sensitive and somebody's steady sucking on it, and it's too sensitive. So when you do give a man head and he's uncircumcised, kind of let him have more of the control. If you pull the foreskin back and you start to perform oral on him, if he wants that foreskin back up, he will motion to have that foreskin back up. Then at that point, and this sounds kind of weird and it kind of sounds strange when you think about it, you're probably going to end up giving him head, like sucking on the penis head with the foreskin up. I know it kind of sounds strange, and it's strange when you think about it, but I mean, that's kind of just how it has to be. If that's what he wants, if that's what he likes, if it's too sensitive for him and that foreskin needs to be up, then that's just what you have to do. If you're not comfortable with doing it, if it kind of weirds you out, then by all means, don't sleep with a guy that's uncircumcised. I mean, that's just what it is. Or you're just gonna have to get through with that one time, and then you just won't do it again. And there's something else I wanted to mention about this. So I feel like communication in the bedroom is very, very, very big. When you have good and open communication in the bedroom, it makes sex 10 times better. If I can openly talk to you and tell you what I like, what I don't like, how I feel, how I don't feel, what I am feeling, what I'm not, like whatever, I feel like it makes sex so much better. And if I'm getting ready to go down on you and I feel like your hygiene is not right, ladies, we need to start opening up our mouths. And this maybe goes for everybody, men and women. Start communicating better and letting your partner know, like, hey, can you go wash up before we have sex? So if he's uncircumcised and you start to go down on him and maybe you're not comfortable with the way he smells, don't be afraid to, just in a polite, kind way, say, hey, would you mind, if you just go wash up? You don't have to be rude about it and be like, oh, your dick stink. You don't have to say that. But even before, if you just notice that his penis is uncircumcised, just maybe from the jump, just say to him, like, would you mind just going to wash off just so I'm comfortable? Or try to put control in your hands and say, hey, lay back, relax, and I'm just going to wash you off because my pH is real sensitive, and I don't want nothing to be thrown off. So just lay back and relax. I'm just going to wash you off just so I'm comfortable. That's to avoid any situation. Even if he does smell, you don't want to find out if it does smell. You don't want to get any bacterial infections. You don't want to get any of that. But don't be afraid to have that communication there. If you do have that type of communication and he flips out, he gets mad or whatever, that's not somebody you would even want to sleep with. If I feel like, if you do smell, if I tell you I want to wash you up because I want to be comfortable, and you flip out on me because I'm telling you I want to do something so I'm comfortable, and you get mad, why would I want to be with somebody like that? You want me to put your penis in my mouth and put your penis in me, and I'm telling you I want to do something so that I'm comfortable, and you get mad at me and you feel. I've actually been with somebody that has actually done something like that to me. It wasn't so much of me being comfortable, but he flipped out on me because I told him I was communicating. Okay, and I just told him that What did I tell him? Oh, I told him that I was getting bored with the sex. And I told him I just wanted to spice it up. I wasn't telling him he was boring. I was just saying it was very repetitious. It was like the same thing over and over and over. Like I knew exactly what was going to happen every time. And so I was just telling him, like, can we do something to just spice it up? Oh my God. He flipped out on me and was like, I've never been told I was boring. And, you know, I've been with people for many years and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God. Okay, I'm not telling you you're boring. But he stopped talking to me, and, you know, I was all kind of bitches and all kind of just everything. And I was like, this is stupid. I'm telling you I'm not happy and you get mad at me. I don't want to be with nobody like that. So, if you do sleep with somebody and, you know, maybe you do get a little paranoid because they do have that extra foreskin, let's start communicating with each other. Let's stop being so sensitive and stop taking things so personal. And if they do just say, hey, they want to wash you off, then let them wash you off. They're not telling you that you stink, because you may not stink, but maybe it's just for their own self-conscious. They just want to make sure that nothing happens. Ladies, don't go around here judging these men for these uncircumcised penis, okay? That is something that is not their fault. They're not out here judging some of these ladies or some of y'all with, you know, a lot of these vagina lips. Some of these ladies, all of our vaginas look a lot. They look really different. Okay, and we have, you know, a few more vagina lips than others. I'll get into the anatomy of the vagina later. The anatomy of the vulva is what it's really called. I'll get into the anatomy of that later. But we know them as the vagina lips, as the lips. Some of us ladies, we have a little bit more, you know, the curtains of the lips than others. And men are not out here saying, oh, I didn't like her vagina because she had too many lips. You know, they're not judging us because of that. So let's not judge these men because they do have that extra foreskin there. It's not their fault. And again, they don't perform differently. They work just the same. They gonna please you just the same. They just look a little bit different. That's the only thing. Okay? If you do have any questions about anything I went over, or if you disagree with me about something, let's talk about it. Send it to my DM on Instagram at Aphrodite _box_. I want to talk about it because maybe some people don't agree with some stuff I said. This is just kind of my personal opinion and kind of what I've been through. But if you don't agree with something I said, go ahead, let me know. Let's talk about it. If you have any other questions, send them to my DM as well. Like, share, subscribe. Send me your drink recommendations as well. What else? I don't know. Thank you for all of the love that I've been getting. And sorry I'm so late on doing this video. Again, time has just not been on my side. I've been all over the place this week. But I will be doing another video on Sunday because I've been getting quite a few questions. So I want to go ahead and get these videos out and rolling. So thank you for all of the love that I have been getting. I really, really appreciate it. So that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you.